So where do you see the greatest potential for AI to support peer reviews today? Right. The greatest potential lies in the helping us publish papers both faster and better. And the peer review today face two big challenges: the risk of the research misconduct and the difficulty of finding the qualified the reviewer quickly. AI is providing the valuable in both areas. For example, AI-powered integrity tools are now widely adopted. There's more than 50 vendors offering such service in the market, like the Wiley paper mill detection service, which is successfully embedded in the Wiley Research Exchange platform, STM Integrity Hub, etc. So on the review side, AI tools are making it possible to identify suitable experts from vast reviewer database in seconds, something that would have been the nearly impossible manually. So Wiley's Research Exchange review system, for instance, can recommend the most appropriate reviewers from hundreds of thousands of candidates, saving editors weeks of effort. So looking ahead, AI is evolving beyond the integrity check and the reviewer matching. We are starting to see the emerging of AI review and assistant tools that can help the reviewers structure their report and highlight the key strengths and the weakness, or even help editors interpret the reviewer feedback. So the long-term trajectory, it points towards the AI taking on the initial assessment of manuscript, evaluate quality, readability, novelty, and contributions, before the human reviewer adds the deep subject expertise and critical judgment to make the informed decision. So ultimately, this is not about speed versus quality. This is about combining human expertise with AI capability to achieve speed with quality. The second question, have you seen any real-world examples where AI tools helped or hurt the peer review process? So absolutely. So AI is already making a tangible impact on the peer review process across several areas. We are seeing the tools, well, not seeing, but actually it's a widely had. We are working on this. The use AI for review suggestion, manuscript triage, language enhancement, scope and integrity checks, and even summarization and literature recommendations to help editor reviewer quickly grasp the manuscript key point. So this about just the futuristic concept, they are already in production today and being integrated into the editorial workflow at scale. One concrete example is Wiley's AI-powered paper mill detection service. This launched last year in London Book Fair. It now screens more than 60,000 manuscripts every month, so flagging the suspicious pattern automatically. At the same time, AI also powers the reviewer in the invitation process, helping to send out hundreds of thousands of invitations by identifying the most relevant expert from vast reviewer database. So what would have taken editor hours or days can now be done in minutes. So free them to focus on the judgment and decision making, the more value-added work. So we have also seen the major progress in the area where humans face real limitations. For instance, image manipulation detection can be nearly impossible to spot with the human naked eyes, but AI can highlight suspicious manipulations in seconds. Similarly, while no editor can manually select of thousands, hundreds of potential reviewers, AI can make it. Third question, in your experience, what aspects of peer review are uniquely human and irreplaceable? Right, at its core, the peer review is about judgment and accountability, and those remain uniquely human. AI can provide the powerful assistant, but it cannot be held responsible for decisions, nor does it have the legal or ethical standing to take ownership of outcome, such as assigning copyright or bearing the accountability for errors. So equally important, humans still bring the critical thinking, contextual awareness, and the deep subject matter expertise that AI cannot fully replicate. AI is improving rapidly, but it's best viewed today as a smart assistant, excellent at the heavy lifting stuff, like the filtering out of scope submissions, helping to draft papers and report, flagging the potential misconduct, or recommending suitable reviewers, etc. So, however, the final decision, the rest with human editors and reviewers. They provide the evaluation of novelty, significance, and the ethical considerations that go beyond what algorithm can capture today. So that human-in-loop model is crucial, not only for the quality, but also for the trust in the scholarly record. So rather than the replacement, the future, I think, is about the collaboration. AI augments the process by improving efficiency and consistency, while the human ensures the rigor, responsibility, and judgment. So fourth question, should peer reviewers be trained to work alongside AI tools? What kind of literacy do they need? Yes, the training is absolutely essential. Right now, there's still a lot of misunderstanding and even fear around the AI in research, in publishing. So for example, Cactus recently, the survey found that many researchers still equate the use of AI with misconduct, which creates the hesitation and prevents the transparency. So we need to address this misconception directly. For reviewers, training should go beyond how to use AI. It's also about when to use it and how to use it responsibly. So that means understanding AI limitations, setting the right expectation, and recognize that while AI isn't perfect, it also is far from useless. So its value depends heavily on how and where it's applied. So finally, the literacy also means learning how to interpret and question AI output. For example, if a tool suggests a reviewer, editor and reviewer want to know why, and also why this plot, this figure is identified as a duplication in the image. So that explainability builds the trust. And it's just as important as improving the algorithms themselves. So yes, the peer reviewers should be trained not just to use AI, but to collaborate with it effectively, responsibly. And what advice would you give to editors or journals looking to responsibly incorporate AI into the peer review workflows? So I would like to highlight in the three main areas. Be vigilant about risk. So AI can generate misinformation, the false or inaccurate output due to the errors in the training data, limited knowledge, etc. Disinformation, deliberately misleading the content, like hallucinations, because large language model generate a response based on the patterns, but not facts. And another is bias is another concern. The training data and the algorithm can unintentionally reinforce existing inequities. So another one is protect copyright and confidentiality. So editor and reviewers must consider whether the institution policy allow the use of the unpublished manuscript in generative AI tools or product. So uploading the confidential work without safeguard could violate the trust and the privacy. The third one is about the judge, the research, not the tool. A paper should be accepted or rejected based on the methodology, soundness, novelty, originality, etc., but not simply whether AI was involved. So this is a misconception. So the key is transparency. The real risk isn't disclosure. It is hiding. Lack of the transparent trust, while the disclosure builds it. So that's why the clear guideline and the training are essential. So the author, not only the reviewer, editor, but author, they feel supported and confident in use AI responsibly. For example, Wiley has surveyed more than 5,000 researchers, reviewers, and about 70% of the participants are looking to the publisher to get them on the safe and responsible use of AI. So in short, the success of AI adoption in peer review depends on the build the trust, collaboration, and governance. All this underpinned by transparency and open communication. Do you think disclosing the use of AI in peer review will become standard practice in the future? Why or why not? Yes, at least in the near future. So disclosure will foster a culture of transparency and avoid the risk that come with hiding AI use. So hiding creates distrust. Disclosure builds the trust. So it also helps editors, reviewers, and even authors themselves to better evaluate and contextualize the work. So we have already seen this shift. For example, in the recent COP AI Forum discussion, one of the key themes was moving beyond simply detecting AI-generated text towards a verified compliance with AI use disclosure and editorial standard. In other words, disclosure is becoming a standard quality control step rather than a special integrity task. The many publishers are now publishing detailed guidelines on the AI use, not only for authors, but increasing for editors and reviewers as well. So frameworks are emerging to support this culture shift. For example, the COP AI guidelines, STM, the Integrity Task Force, and most recently, the European Commission's Living Guidelines on the responsible use of generative AI in research. It's published in April. All the examples of how the industry is developed and codifying the best practice. So in short, disclosure will almost certainly become standard in the near term, I think. But whether it remains necessary in the long term will depend on how seamlessly AI is embedded into the scholarly ecosystem and how the society chooses to govern and also normalize its use.